for this tutorial because it is on this look right here, and it's just super fun and different and out there. I feel like I've been doing a lot of neutral looks lately, so I just challenged myself today to do something a little bit different and more fun, which was actually pretty easy because I was sent this palette from KJ Beauty. It's called the Mermaid palette, and it is so fun and colorful, and it's what I used on my eyes today. Obviously, this palette calls for a very colorful, fun look, and I will be doing a full review on it soon. I also used a glitter from Texas House of Glitters. This is their Dolly Parton palette, and it just looks like this. I used this one right here. All of their glitters are so beautiful. I actually have another one that I haven't taken out of the packaging yet. I bought a bright red one for a tutorial I plan on doing. Okay, so without further ado, if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. I'm starting off with the Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer, and I'm just using that to prime my lids and to cancel out any redness or discoloration. And I'm just using a Whisper sponge to blend that out. And then I'm taking Wet n Wild Creme Brulee, and I'm just setting my eyelid. Now I'm taking the Mermaid palette from KG Beauty, and I'm taking this shade called Sienna and a Sephora brush, and I'm just buffing that into my crease. And the mattes in this palette blended so beautifully, so it was really nice to work with. But I'm just blending that into my crease, and then I did take a little bit more product and build it up some, just because I wanted a very warm orange crease. And then I'm going ahead and doing the same thing on the other side. Next, I'm taking this shade, which is called Kelp, and I love this shade so much. It's a beautiful olive, and I'm using a Sigma E25, and I'm just lightly putting that into my outer V and blending into my crease some. And I'm just doing a little bit at a time because it is very pigmented, but it blended so well. The shadows just honestly melted together. So I really love this shade, and I feel like it's a nice matte deepening shade, but because it is olive, it's just different and more fun. And then I'm going back in with my fluffy brush and just blending the edges and making sure there's no harsh lines. Next, I'm taking this shade, which is called Fantastic, and I'm packing that onto my outer corner and my inner corner. Not really trying to do a halo eye, but I did want the middle of my lid to just pop a little more, which is why I just have this on the outer and the inner. I feel like this shade is pigmented, but you do have to build it up just a little bit. It'd probably be really beautiful if you sprayed your brush. Next, I'm taking this shade, which is called Aquamarine, and I'm packing that onto the middle of my lid. I feel like it's not even showing how beautiful it was on camera, like in person. It was just so stunning, and I'm just using that to do a pop in the middle of the lid. And this shade is honestly so beautiful and so pigmented. Like, I barely even had to dip my brush in there for this shade. And then I'm just going back in with my Sigma E25 and blending my crease. Now I'm using my NYX glitter primer, and I'm just tapping that onto my lid with my finger, and then I'm going into this Texas House of Glitters glitter, which I'm not sure the name. I'll have it linked down below, and I'm just packing that onto my lid. In retrospective, I should have used a brush. That way the glitter would have been more like where I wanted it. The glitter kind of took over the look. I mean, I did like the way that it ended up looking, but in the future I'll probably use a brush and not my finger. And then I went back in with my crease brush, and I just tried to dust away any glitter that was too far up. But as you guys can see, the glitter did take over the look. Now I'm taking this shade, which is called Moonbeam, and I'm putting that underneath my brow bone just for a nice, beautiful highlight. And then I'm taking my fluffy brush and just blending that out. Now I'm taking the Becca, I think it's called First Light or After Light, I'm not sure, but it's their primer, and I'm just priming my skin. It's really luminous and beautiful, and I really love this primer. And then I'm taking the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation in Porcelain and mixing it with the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10, and I'm taking my Sigma F80 just to blend that all into my skin, and I'm loving the Sigma F80 right now. I know I'm super late to the trend, but it gives such a beautiful full coverage. So I really love this foundation combo. And then I'm taking my beloved Tarte Shape Tape in the concealer. I mean in the shade Fair, and I'm just putting that under my eyes, on my nose, my chin, and my forehead, and just highlighting and concealing. And then I'm taking my Morphe G8 and I'm just buffing that out. And I like to tap it into the skin as opposed to just rubbing it back and forth. That way I can get as much coverage as possible. If you guys haven't tried the Shape Tape concealer, you're honestly missing out. It's the best concealer of life. I know it's so overhyped on YouTube, but it's worth it, I promise. And then I'm taking my RCMA No Color Powder and I'm setting underneath my eyes and also my T-zone, my nose, my smile lines, and just anywhere like I feel like I need to specifically set with a really good setting powder. And then I went ahead and used my Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder in, I think it's called Light Warm, and I'm just lightly setting my face so that it's not tacky or anything. And then I'm taking this shade, which I can't see the name, but it's a beautiful satin type blue, and I'm just putting that underneath my lower lash line. I was trying to use as much colors as possible just to get a real feel for this palette. And then I'm taking that shade, which again, I can't see the name, but I'm just popping that into my inner corner and kind of blending it into the lower lash line as well. I just wanted this shade to pop really well. And then I'm just taking a Tarte mascara and giving myself a light wash of mascara and taking these lashes from Amazon. I can't read the name, but I will have them linked down below, and I'm just applying them. I wish I had gone back in with a black liner and covered up the glue, but I don't know why, I just wasn't thinking. And I'm also using my lash helper from Sweep. And then I'm taking this bronzer from Makeup Revolution. It's called Summer of Love, and I'm just blending that and giving myself a nice warmth to my skin. I'm also using the Lavish Elegance brush set from BH Cosmetics, which I'm going to do a review on soon. And I'm taking the Makeup Revolution Hearts blush in Pinky Peachy Kisses, I believe it's called, and I'm just using that for blush today. It also gives a really nice subtle glow. If you don't like wearing highlighter on its own, this is a beautiful highlight blush combo. And then I'm taking Moonbeam again, and I'm using my Anastasia A23, and I'm highlighting my face. This eyeshadow is a beautiful highlight. I really love the way it looked. So I'm just doing my cheekbones and down my nose, my cupid's bow, my forehead, everywhere basically, my chin. I just want to glow to the gods. And then I'm just quickly using my Hikari I think it's called, eyeliner, and just doing my waterline and my tightline. And then I decided I was going to do black liquid lipstick today, so I'm taking that same Hikari eyeliner and I'm just using it as a lip liner and just filling the lines of my lips out to make the application of the liquid lipstick that much easier. And then I'm taking the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in the shade Witches, and I'm just filling in my lips. And I really love this lip with this look. I feel like it completed it, it made it unique and different, and I just really love black liquid lipstick. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.